Hello guys, welcome to another video of this course. In this video, we'll be talking about shapes. So, it is important to understand how shape works because it is one of the very important tools you'll be using to create a world-class user interface. No matter what the no matter the type of design you are working on, you are going to be using at least one of these shapes that we have right here. So, let's start by creating a square shape by simply dragging and dropping as such. And you can realize that this shape that we have here has some properties like the corner radius right here. We can have we see that the radius is currently 0 at the moment, but if we want to increase the radius, we can simply click on here and drag. As you can see that the radius is increasing as I drag in. All right, so basically, this is not the only way you can do this. You can also increase the radius by going to the viewport over here and simply punch in a particular value of radius you want. So let's say we want a radius of 20, and you see that that is actually a radius of 20 we have there at the moment. All right, so let's increase this radius to about 50. Now let's say we do not want a uniform radius for all the corners, and we want a particular radius to be smaller than the rest. What we can do is click on Alt and drag that particular corner you want a smaller radius up. So what you do is click Alt, so basically you click Alt for a Windows PC, a Windows system, and you click Option for a Mac system. So if you are using a Mac, you click on Option and you drag. But because I'm using a Windows for this tutorial, we are going to click on Alt and then drag. Now, I want you to notice something. Let's go back. Now, I want you to notice that when you change, pay attention to this viewport over here for the corner radius. Pay attention to it. When we change the radius of one particular corner, it changes to another type of port, and you can see right here that this has been changed to mixed. Now it changes to another type of port that shows values for each of the corners that we have. So basically, we have the top left corner over here, we have the top right corner, we have the bottom right corner, and then we have the bottom left corner. So basically, if I want to change the radius over here, I can simply just punch in the value I want. So let's change it to a value of 35 if I want to change this corner over here. So let's change it to a value of 35, and let's say I want to take that back to 75. Now let's say I want to change this particular one over here, this value over here. So what I have to do is look for the corner that it is over here, and I can see that, all right, that is the bottom right corner which I want to work on, and I can simply change it to 35. So as you can see, this corner radius has been changed. Now over here we have what we call a corner smoothing, which is available for squares that do not have uniform, that do not have uniform corners. So basically, let's say we have let's quickly draw another corner, another square over here, and let's say we have a corner of 50 for this. So basically, you see that you don't have any corner smoothing option for this, but since this is not a uniform corner, you can simply just have this corner smoothing and punch it up a little to have a smoother transition between. Since the corners are not uniform, you can have a more smooth transition between those corners instead of having a sharp. You can see that at this point they are actually quite sharp. They are not transitioning better into each other. So if you can, you just increase this part, which gives you a more smooth transition between the corners and the straight part of the square. Now, so you can also have corner smoothing for uniform corners. All you have to do is to simply click on this option right here. Click on this option right here, and you get to edit the corner smoothing. You get to edit the corner smoothing, but it is not automatically presented to you if you have uniform corner. So that is dependent on the fact that you actually really want corner smoothing on the radius of your square. All right, so let's move on to the next shape. Of course, you can change the color of your shape by using this viewport, this by editing it at this viewport, but we are going to cover that in subsequent videos. Let's stick to the shapes for now. So the next shape is line.